Let's talk about cardiovascular. That's what I like to call clavicular because I'm like, this has got to be the dumbest fucking name on the planet. So yeah, let's talk about this groiper because apparently this looks maxing influencer, which I'm like, what the fuck is a looks maxer or whatever? But I mean, here's the thing: if it's got to do with your looks, I'm not gonna hold you. He's cute. He's not unattractive. He's a good looking guy. It's just you just surrounding yourself with the wrong people for attention, clout, all this other stuff. So yeah, I'm putting this picture up here because this really look like now because of what happened with the whole OD and them putting the thing on his face and it got all scratched up. So looks maxing influencer and streamer clavicular. You know, every time when I say his name, I think of Chameleonaire. Remember Chameleonaire? Is speaking out after being hospitalized on Tuesday for a suspected overdose, saying just got home. That was brutal. All the substances that are just a cope, trying to feel neurotypical while being in public. Don't he got a case of the tism? If you do, you could there's medications for that. You don't need to be out here doing GHB. Because I'm like, yeah, maybe somebody to show you that episode of Ted and that episode of Queer as Folk when he did too much GHB and ended up in a damn coma. So he said, but obviously that isn't a real solution. The worst part of tonight was my face descending from the life support mask. He tweeted alongside a photo of himself. Now here you go. All you worrying about is your looks. It scratches on your face. The shit heals. Relax. Now, the Looksmaxxing influencer and online streamer, whose real name is Braden Peters, can't get no whiter than that name, was taken to the hospital on Tuesday. Earlier in the day, the influencer was live streaming on Kick while he was at a mall and restaurant with two other influencers when it abruptly cut off, sparking concern among fans in the live stream. The 20-year-old was seen slurring his words, repeatedly saying he's fucking destroyed, needing to sit down and later passing out. Video later showed on Twitter. Video on Twitter basically showed the streamer being carried by several people to a black car as an ambulance arrived on the scene. Now, influencer Androgenic, who was with Clavicular during the incident, addressed the situation on Twitter, writing, I hadn't seen him in this state before, and he went from speaking to being fairly unresponsive in mere seconds. Well, that's what happens when you take drugs. You don't know what the fuck you're taking. Now, with a minute, we all realized the situation, turned the stream off, picked him up, and rushed into the hospital. You know what's bothering me about all of this? The fact that y'all always feel the need that y'all have to live stream everything for attention. And that's the sad part about this whole thing is that this generation, all y'all are more concerned about is I gotta live stream this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And this boy is just in this dire need of wanting to be loved and liked and things. And I'm not excusing him because look, I was gonna say if he were to leave the union from this OD, I'd have felt no ways tied because you run around here being openly a groiper, a racist, all these other things. And when this was brought up to him a couple of days ago in that 60 Minutes interview, he got upset and walked out of the room. So now y'all want to sit up here and talk about snowflakes and all this other shit that's going on with us far more Democratic progressives, because I ain't no damn liberal. I'm more progressive than anything in a lot of my ideology and my thinking process. So I'm more Hassan Piker than a lot of these centrist bullshitters. Y'all more the snowflakes than us. Because somebody asked y'all a question. Y'all want to sit here and call people names and shit, but somebody asked y'all a question and you want, oh, thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to leave the room now. Like a big doofus walking out of the room. And it's like, you cute or whatever, but that's only going to get you but so far because this is the same one that look, he's insecure deeply about his looks, but look, the boy spends time in the gym. He's fine. Look at him. Look at all that. Look at that. Look at that body. Look at that body. Don't I look sexy? Don't I look sexy? He's giving that, empire. So now, influencer Androgenic, who was with Clavicular during the incident, addressed the situation. Now, Clavicular has gained recognition for promoting looks maxing due to self-obsession with being aesthetically pleasing. Looks maxing is known as an online trend popular among young men that focuses on maximizing physical attractiveness. The strive to maximizing their attractiveness is done in often extreme ways, including bone smashing using a hammer to enhance facial features, which Clavicular has publicly advocated for and done. You are a mess. It's like leave your face alone because if you do the wrong damn thing, um, you're gonna end up out here looking like something out of, I would have said Clayface, but nobody's seen what the footage of Clayface looked like yet. But they say he was a good looking man that ended up looking horrendous in his upcoming movie, based on what I heard from CinemaCon. So now, when one follower replied to the content creator's recent message, just autist Max, I guess that's for being just autistic Max in public, who gives a AF what others think. If I wasn't a live streamer, I'd agree with you. And this is somebody, like I said, he's young, he's deeply insecure, he's someone who's so caught up in beauty standards. And this is a conversation I think that we need to talk about, especially when it comes to men. I think not only just gay men, but straight men, I think, deal with it as well. Or men who are just trying to figure out who they are. And when he's young, he's like 20 years old. So in so many ways, his frontal lobe hasn't developed yet. And that when you jumping on social media looking for that love and accolades and attention and all this other stuff, and you just can't see the forest for the trees. And I'm not making excuses for him, because I'm just like, hopefully you learned your lesson with all this mess, because this is just crazy. Where it's like, I didn't even know what the hell Looksmaxxing was, because I don't be paying attention to this shit. A lot of these groypers on social media doing this on the mess. And so yeah, they he got upset over that. The whole thing when I was telling you, when he did the 60 Minutes Australia interview, where he was called out for hanging out with people like Andrew Tate, who they also called Guy Fieri out recently over hanging out, or I think it was at a UFC fight or something. It might have been a UFC fight that Trump was just at, where he could be, where Dana White and him was linking arms like they fucking behind the scenes. Where you had, where was I going with that? When you basically had this whole situation was like, yeah, Guy Fieri hung out with Andrew, well, basically just came over, hugged him, whatever the case. I think both the brothers was there, and people dragged him on social media, and he was just like, I don't know them people. I just wanted to say, you knew who the fuck he was. Come on now. Guy Fieri definitely gives incel tease, and somebody who definitely fits within that whole bro, groiper type of situation, although he's way older, but he definitely fits within that man boy demographic. So the whole thing of trying to deny that you even know who these people are, nobody makes their way to go up to someone like an Andrew Tate and give him a pound or hug or whatever the case is if you don't know who the fuck they are. Come on now. So they also said that Clavicular is also reportedly being investigated by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation, because he's been in trouble quite a few times. So let's call that out. So yeah, he's being investigated by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Committee for a video appearing to show him pow-powing an alligator. Now in February, Page Six revealed he was attacked by a fellow reveler after being kicked out of a New York Fashion Week party. He was also arrested last month in Florida on misdemeanor battery charges. The New York Times reported that the influencer provoked a fight between two women and exploited them by posting it online. So a lot of them do this stuff where they literally, you know, when you have no formidable talent to speak of, you go on social media, you create these scenarios, you turn your camera on, you invoke drama of whatever kind of situation, so that way the endorphins are going, people jump on social media and say all these things, and what happens? Um, People start talking about it. You're going viral and stuff. And now it's this drug that you constantly have to, this beast you have to constantly feed. And that's what this kid is pretty much all about and doing now. But before I get up out of here, there's this kid, speaking of kids, an influencer who I actually like, and he's very smart, and he's a part of this podcast. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's called the Jam Pod. It's called TheJampod. And they drop the N-word a lot on there. But it's like these young black kids who they talk politics and everything, and they're like, I think they're like Gen Z, but yeah, they talk because they look like they might be early 20s, but they talk politics, all this other stuff, and they're like a group of smart kids. And we need more people like them that are out here talking about this type of stuff. But he talked about the whole clavicular story, and he gave his opinion on it. And I was like, after I saw this video, I was like, I gotta share it with y'all. I agree with everything he said 100,000%. And so we're gonna play what he had to say. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk.
Wait, did he actually just overdose? This the shit that be going on in these fuck niggas' heads. The nigga overdosing, and his homie said, "Hey gang, you want an Addy?" Alright, so I got a question for the niggas. If Clavicular died, with all respect, no, nigga, fuck that, bro. These niggas be saying the N-word. If Clavicular bitch ass die in GTA, Are we supposed to feel bad for Phonem? I'm asking. If this bitch nigga die, are we supposed to feel bad for him? Y'all niggas be falling victim to the consequences of your own fucking actions, and then be wanting niggas to be empathetic to your situations. In that same breath, though, we'll see Renee Good and see Alex Pretty them get shot in the fucking head, and it ain't no, nah, fuck them niggas. See Breonna Taylor get a nigga run up in her crib and say fuck her. See George Floyd get his neck knelt on and say fuck him. Nigga, fuck this nigga, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not finna be doing this whole bullshit ass condolences or like, you know, prayers for him. No, bro, this is a nigga that is a Nazi, that is a bigot, that is race. Like, what are we talking about? He is literally dooming a generation of children with the shit that he's putting out in the fucking world right now, bro. So no, bro. I'm gonna answer it for you. We not gonna be sad if something happened to the nigga, regardless if he make it out or not. No, you not gonna get no empathy, nigga. This is what happens when you take a lot of fucking drugs instead of doing what? Coping with your own insecurities, my nigga. These niggas be sitting here, I'm on Tren. I'm on Rev 140. I'm on meth. And then they have an overdose and it's, oh my God, prayers. What the fuck are we talking about? What are you talking about? Hopefully the nigga like have a near-death experience and realize, holy shit, I'm being a dumb fuck. I'm spending valuable time on this earth being a dumbass nigga, being an absolute nuisance to society. Maybe I should change my life. Maybe, hopefully that's what happens when you get out this motherfucker. No, they're gonna call it seizure maxing. Overdose maxing.
Seizure maxing. But you know, he's absolutely right. And you know what I gotta say about that? Like the old song says, I don't feel no waste time. Or in the words of as this emoji of right here of Dolph Lundgren and Rocky Four, if he dies, he does. So that's how I feel about the whole situation. I don't feel no way side about this idiot. If y'all gonna be out here doing stupid shit, as they say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding cardiovascular? Yeah, I changed his name and what? Being an idiot. And now looking for sympathy and empathy because he did something. He put himself in harm's way for what? Virality and is shocked of the repercussions. So whatever your thoughts are on this matter, let me know in the comments down below.